Hi there, let's try something new. Let's do a quick review of what happened in Chongqing. Third victory of the season for Shona Coxie and first gold ever for Tomoa Narasaki. I will not talk about the qualifiers because I haven't seen any footage. Most favorites made it to semis with Melissa Leneve, Alexei Rustov and Tomoa Narasaki leading the board. Some big names that didn't make it to semis were Stefano Scarperi from Italy, Andrzej Mieczyński from Poland, James Casey from Australia and Alana Jeep from Canada. The semis were quite hard. Just the first problems for both categories can be considered easy, most climbers top those two, but then things got really difficult. On the female side, only Miho Nonaka managed to climb the second problem, and just Shona Coxie and Sol Sa solved the last one. Shona's ascent of that last problem was one of the highlights of the round, quite a spectacular campusing and getting to the top on her first try. On the male side, problem 3 was so hard that nobody got the bonus. They did basically a couple of moves. In the end, 2 tops were enough for the women to make finals. The guys needed 2 tops in 5 tries or less. Melissa Leneve and Sean McCall ended up in 7th place, just out of finals. This was the second time in a row that McCall missed finals by just 1 try. Let's talk about the finals. The finalists were, on the male side, Kokoro Fuji from Japan, bronze medalist in Kaso, then Jan Hoyer, runner-up for the overall last year, this was his first final of the season, then Tomoa Narasaki, just 19 years old from Japan, this was his first final ever, and when I say first final ever, I'm talking about senior comps. Most of these climbers have been in finals in youth categories. In 3rd place, Alexei Rustov, winner in Meringen, then Jor Verhoeven, bronze in Meringen, and in 1st place, Yeon Won Chon, overall winner last year. This was his first final of the season. And the woman, in 6th place, Mei Kotake, just 18 years old from Japan, first time in finals for her. Then Monika Recci from Germany, 3rd time she makes finals in Chongqing. Caroline Sinhuva from Austria, first time in finals for her too. Miho Nonaka, who won the bronze in the World Cup in Japan. Akio Naguchi, back in finals after a disappointing result in Kaso. And of course, in 1st place, Shona Coxie. So, first problem, running start for the women, and a sort of walking carefully start for the men. Women's problem reminded me of a problem we had in Chongqing in 2014, mixed with the running start from Meringen. Recci and Sinhuber tried to do it slowly, but it didn't work. And after that first section came some tiny holes on volumes and body tension moves. Coxie, Noguchi, Nonaka and Kotake solved it. Recci got the bonus. The first problem for the men started with a very tricky balancing sequence. Even after they did it a couple of times, they kept falling on it. We saw some cool footwork, and Jor Verhoeven just walked to the bonus first try without even touching the wall at all. After the bonus, there was a new boulder problem. A coordination jump, really awkward position to start the jump, and it looked impossible to stop on the first hold. It was like a 1-2-3, and that combination of 2 low percentage sequences meant that they needed a lot of tries to send the entire problem. 3 climbers got to the top, Narasaki in 6 tries, Rutsov in 8 and Fuji in 10. All the others got the bonus. After the first problem, Coxie and Narasaki were already leading the comp. Problem 2 for the woman was the hardest. It was very doable until the bonus. 5 climbers got there in their first try, but going to the second to last hold was really hard. Butt holes, very physical, nobody did that move. Very fun problem for the guys, fun to watch at least, probably very frustrating for some. It was very short and they all got to the top really quickly, but matching the top was a nightmare. The upper part of the top was really rounded and most climbers tried to push it from below. Climbers spent most of the time on that problem looking for a way to match the top. Only 3 climbers managed to match, and only Chon did it with one hand over the hold instead of just pushing with both. Tomoa Narasaki flashed it. So after the second problem, Coxie and Narasaki is still in first place. The third problem for the woman was also really hard. It was all about getting to the bonus and the next move after the bonus. The first couple of moves were more or less easy, but moving from that big pinch to the bonus was really challenging. Once in the bonus, the next move was also very difficult, but not for Noguchi and Coxie. Noguchi sent it in 2 tries and Coxie flashed it. A very powerful and spectacular problem for the guys, very American. I love to see those moves in World Cups. Slabs, volumes, balance, technique, that's all good, but sometimes I want to see something that looks obviously hard. You don't need to understand much about climbing to appreciate this sequence. Hoyer flashed it, Narasaki flashed it with ease, and Chon did it second try. So again, Narasaki and Coxie leading the board after the third problem. Last problem for the men, my least favorite. Hard move to start, hard move to finish. It may have been a little bit easier for the tall guys, or maybe I'm just saying this because Jan Hoyer was the only one who sent it. But in the same way that the last move on the second problem may have been easier for a short guy like Narasaki, I think tall guys had it easier both on the first move and on the last one. Not too sure about that, I may be just talking out of my ass. But yeah, just Jan Hoyer sent it, and that put him back in the game both for that comp and for the overall. Women's fourth was a really good problem, starting with tiny holes, then a big dynamic move, and sticking that move was really hard. The first 4 climbers couldn't do it, then Noguchi did it third try and got to the top. That put some pressure on Coxie, who needed to top the problem to win. She handled that pressure perfectly. She did the problem in 3 tries as well and won the competition. So the female podium was Coxie, Noguchi and Nonaka, and the male podium Narasaki, Hoyer and Chon. Really good comp for the Japanese team, 5 climbers in finals, 3 medals, Noguchi back in business and Narasaki impressing everyone. 3 World Cups, 3 gold medals for Coxie, 4th victory in a row counting Munich 2015. If she keeps climbing like this, I don't see how she cannot win the overall. I wouldn't be surprised if she was to secure the title before Munich, before the last World Cup of the year. The male overall is a disaster. If they were to choose winners rolling a dice, the results will be easier to predict. Alexei Rustov is in first place, but there are other 14 climbers who could end up in first place after the next World Cup. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. This was just an experiment. I know that the competition was more than a week ago, but I wanted to see how much time and effort making a video like this requires. And it's a few hours, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this, because no one cares. I simply won't make that investment of time and effort. Yep, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.